Hi, welcome back. I'm Helen.
I'm James.
And we are global nomads. And in 2024, we sold everything we owned to retire early and travel the world full time.
This week we have 5 days in Dubai in between our trip from Mauritius and before we go to Kuala Lumpur. And we're staying at the Hilton Dubai on the Palm. This is our second time here, so we have been to this hotel before. And we enjoyed it so much we decided to come back. The hotel is located on the stem of the palm, so it's not on the outer branches, which makes it a lot easier for transportation. The previous trip that we've had in Dubai, we stayed at the Waldorf. We didn't feature the video because we only had a couple of days, and that was on the edge of the outer palm, somewhere near the Atlantis Royal. And it's an absolute pain to get from there to get into Dubai, because you've got to go on a one-way system all the way around the palm to go down to the center to actually get into Dubai. So it adds 15 minutes onto your journey to go anywhere at all. So this is a lot better situated, although I'm sure the views aren't quite as spectacular. We thought they were pretty good.
Hello, come on in. So welcome to the Hilton Palm Jumeira here in Dubai. And we are in a King Executive Suite, which we paid for our points and paid a small upgrade fee to get the suite because we are here sorting out our storage unit and we have a ton of stuff, so we needed some extra space. So it's very nice, it's very big. As you come in, you can see there's a really wide entranceway here. And then to your right as we come in, we're going to have the powder room. So it's just, I would say it's a half bath, but actually it's massive. For an extra bathroom, you can see how huge it is. We've got the loo and the bidet. And then a really big vanity. I guess potentially if there was more than a couple of you here, then you could use this as like a second bathroom as well. So yeah, pretty standard, nice and big. We actually stayed in this hotel in 2022, about a month after it opened. Which was why we came back, because we enjoyed it here. It's set in a great location, right at the start of the palm. And we've got a nice sea view, which we'll show you in a sec. So this is going to be the main kind of living and dining area. Again, as you can see, it's huge. We've got a nice buffet over here, a huge dining table. We could easily fit 6. We've got a couple of extra chairs here if you needed 6 people around the table. They did leave us a couple of welcome amenities, some apples, and I believe these are dates. Don't know if I can get the ribbon off. Yep, some assorted flavoured dates they left us because we are diamond and you usually get like a little welcome amenity. So that was nice. Like I said, the buffet, I think this is all empty. Pretty sure. And then in this corner, we've got like a work desk. Again, decent size, L-shaped desk, more storage, tons of storage over here. Yep, all empty. Nice work chair on wheels, pretty nice. Phone. And then coming into the living room, we've got a 3-seater couch and 2 armchairs, really good sized coffee table, and a massive TV. I would say that TV is probably 65, 70 inches. It's huge. We haven't tried to put the fire stick in yet, but I think we should be okay. I like the decor. I like the kind of beige and blue feel. Very appropriate for where we are here on the Palm as well, with the sea view. We've got a huge plant in the corner. And then I guess someone decided that this lamp here was a good idea. But now I'm 5'2", so it's okay for me. But clearly, if you're any bigger, there's a pretty good chance you're going to lose your head here. So it makes sense where it is, but then if you want to go out the door onto the balcony, it doesn't. But it's nice. It gives off nice light. We got here at like 1 o'clock in the morning, so everything was lit very nicely. So it is a nice light. Huge plant. Let me go around here. Huge plant in the corner. It's fake, but it looks nice. So we've got a nice big balcony here. Let me go out on the balcony. Now there's a big step. So if you do have mobility issues, maybe not the room for you. So they class this as a sea view. because it is. We've got 2 nice big sunbeds out here and a couple of tables and some nice chairs as well to sit out. We're here in, where are we now? March, beginning of March. And of course, the weather's really nice right now. It's a bit cloudy, but it's not humid, it's not crazy hot, so it's nice. I'm hoping we'll make use of this while we're here. Behind me, we've got a view of the marina area, and then the end and some of the fronds of the Palm. There's a cruise ship in today over there as well, which is unusual. It's a smaller cruise ship, so they're down here. Usually they'd be at the top in Port Rashid if there's a bigger ship. But yeah, it's a pretty good, decent size. We do have another balcony on the bedroom as well, which I'll show you in a sec. There is a rooftop bar at the other end of the building. You can just see on the end there. When we were here last time, that wasn't open. So we are hoping to be able to go up there as well this time, because it'll be a nice view. It's actually a nice sunset from this side as well. From what I remember last time, the sunset's kind of over there. So pretty good for the sunset. So let's go into the bedroom and the bathroom over the big step. Now, like I said, we arrived last night late, so we do have some stuff out. Normally we try and do these videos as soon as we arrive, so before we've unpacked. So it's again a really nice big bedroom. We're working on which pillows we want, which is why there's a mountain of pillows in the corner. But there is 2 chairs over here underneath all the pillows. And then we have a second balcony out here, again, with a big step. I think this is probably just the regular size that a regular room would be if you just had a regular king size room. But again, you can see how big it is, huge, another table and chairs. So if you wanted to sit out here and have morning coffee, again, if there was more than a couple of you here, you could be out here and not disturb whoever's sleeping in the living room. Nice wide open view. Like I said, you can see the marina. So let's look at the rest of the bedroom. On this side, we've got like a vanity, come another desk, whichever you needed to use it for, another wheelie chair. Tissues. There is a QR code for room service and all the other information you might need here too. And then king size bed. As I said, we've got all our things laid out because normally we try and do this before we've got ourselves situated. But there is only no outlet over here. There's only a USB-A, which is okay. We've made our little chargers work, but it's a bit slow to charge as opposed to having it into a PowerPoint. Odd there's no C's, bearing in mind this hotel was only built 2 years ago, two and a half years ago. Decent sized bedside cabinet with a drawer, but it's only like this deep, so it's not overly practical to actually put anything in. But there is a ton of storage in here. We have got this unit, again, there's like 6 super deep drawers on here. Little stool at the end of the bed, so if you want to sit there and put your shoes on. Another bedside cabinet, and this side does actually have an outlet. And then we've also got the switches for the lights in the room and all your other things you might want to turn on and off. So we were able to plug the outlet in this side. We've also got reading lights, focused reading lights, and as well as the bedside lights. These are obviously a bit softer. So yeah, nice king size bed. I did get them to put an extra topper on. It was a little bit hard for me, but I am a little bit of a princess when it comes to beds. Then we've got 3 storage closets, wardrobes over here. Like I said, we're sorting out our storage unit, so don't look at all of that. Nice full length mirror over here. And behind me is going to be a walk-in closet, which I did do some video of last night before we put everything in there. So we'll try and show you that at the end, or we'll cut it in, but we'll show you it. But it's, yeah, you don't want to see it now. So finally, we've got the master bath, which is huge again. Really nice, huge, long double vanity. As with Hilton's, usually we've got Crabtree and Evelyn amenities. You'll see them in the shower. They also have a box here with all kinds of things in, shaving kits, all the usual stuff, comb, nail file, all that usual stuff you'll find. And then we've got a full bathtub, which I think I used the one last time, and it was nice. The only thing I would say, it's quite dark in here, and it's kind of tucked in the corner. You know, if you're looking for kind of a bit more zen, I'm not sure entirely how it really feeds into it, but I do like they've got the overbath storage shelf, so you can put your things in here that you might need, or balance your iPad or whatever you're going to be doing in the bath. Like I said, Crabtree and Evelyn amenities, and it does also have the overhead shower too. And then behind me we've got another giant size loo, a loo and bidet, massive. The lighting in here is not great actually, I have to say, it's quite dark. And then an equally large shower. This is the shower. So if Walk With Me Tim was here, I think we could probably get about 9 or 10 people in here. It's absolutely massive. This has to be at least 6 foot square. It's massive, which is really nice. We've got a nice big rain head and the hand sprayer, and again, more amenities in here as well. Everything is lovely and clean, I will say that, and the linens on the bed are really nice quality too. I'm sure it's really echoey in here because I'm in the shower. Let me come out. What else do I need to tell you? We've got bathroom scales down here. We've got a shelf to put all our stuff on as well. So I think that's everything in here. I mean, it's a fabulous bathroom. So the last thing I've just been reminded I didn't show you in the living room is the bar area. So let's go back out there. I'm still a bit tired. Like I said, we got here late last night. So back into the huge living room, console table, and then we've got this huge bar area. So ice bucket, glasses, mugs, coffee cups. I'm guessing this is the coffee and tea. It is. So we've got some regular packets of coffee, and there's a Lavazza machine, so I'm guessing the pods are in here, which they are. So we've got pods and some milk in here as well. Free water, which you can get as much as you want. They will refill these for you. Very important to us Brits. We've got a tea kettle, and like I said, the Lavazza coffee machine. And in here, we're going to have the mini fridge, which has nothing in apart from my medication, and more storage. Tons of storage, absolutely tons of storage here. So I think that really is everything now. Like I said, this is the Hilton Palm Jumeira, and this is an Executive King Sea View Suite.
So Hilton property, so guess what? We stayed here on points. As you go through the main entrance, you can see that this and the Marriott are sister properties. They look exactly the same from the outside. You walk through into reception. It's a big spacious reception, and say it's fairly new. It's only just over 2 years old. And then from here, there is a bar on the right hand side. On the left hand side is breakfast. Now, because we're Hilton Honors Diamond, we have breakfast included for all 5 nights of our stay. And this is where we go into, I think it was called Mosum. And we'll drop some photos and some video of breakfast, which was a buffet style, and there was absolutely tons here. It was more than adequate for anything you would need, and it's free, so it can't be that bad. When you go through the hotel, you end up at a corniche kind of area, which is a separate walkway that will take you all the way up and down the Palm, all the way to the shopping centre at the end, all the way to the base of the Palm. You cross that, and then you get to the beach, which is Hilton's private beach. They all have the same kind of thing, and it's beautifully manicured beaches with restaurants on, somewhere to sit, someone to relax. And then as you go back into the hotel, you've got all of the pool areas. This really is a spectacular area, and they've really done a nice job of the whole organisation of this. part of Diamond, you have access to the executive lounge, which is located on the 14th floor. We go up here every afternoon and you get free drinks, some nibbles, there's an afternoon tea. From this lounge you can see the marina and Ain Dubai and the Blue Water Complex. This is the same view as we have from our room because it's located just above our room.
Between 5 and 7 we can have free drinks here, which is a big perk in Dubai where alcohol is not cheap. Of course there's soft drinks too, and evening hors d'oeuvres.
I don't think anybody can get a true understanding of the size of the palm. We had no idea of it. We know that you can see it from space, but when you actually go in there, there is an 8-lane road running through the center of the palm with hotels on either side or apartment complexes either side.
When we were here in 2022, we'll just drop a quick photo in to show you, but we also visited as part of the Nakheel Mall, which is also located on the palm, is a viewing area you can go to called the Top of the Palm, and this gives you 360 panoramic views across the whole palm complex and back to the downtown skyline in Dubai. Good morning from Dubai. We arrived here late last night, or actually early this morning, and our primary reason for being here for a few days is to sort out our storage unit. Yes, oh the horror, we are full-time travellers and we pay for a storage unit here in Dubai. Originally we did it because we had some cold weather clothes that we planned to kind of come back here as a base, a kind of semi-base that we would transit through Dubai a lot so we could change clothes. That was really the primary reason for it. I now bought some souvenirs when we were in Africa, so we're going to take those over there and we're going to sort out basically everything that's in there and work out what we're going to take on the next leg of our journey, which is going to be 6 months in Southeast Asia. For that, we're planning obviously carry on only, so this is what we're here to sort out. So I will try and take you along with us today and show you the storage unit.
So here we are, off to the storage unit. This is another case we have. This is an Amazon Basics, which does the job for us very well. I think we currently have 5 cases in the storage unit.
Not listening.
Mainly filled with elephants. But anyway, come along and we'll see. Let's go and get
the car. So this is the storage unit. In fairness, it's only a little one.
A little baby one.
Yeah, so this is our stuff. I'm not sure how we ended up with this much stuff. We had 2 cases and now we've got this much stuff. Yeah, okay. Well,
After we'd been to our storage unit, our next day was our trip to Ain Dubai. It was actually opened in October 2021 and it closed a few months later for technical issues, which is a whole, no one really knows the reason. It reopened December 2024 and this was our first time that we've been in Dubai where we had the opportunity to ride this observation wheel. We have done observation wheels in London, we have done observation wheels in Singapore. They're just good fun and they give you a good opportunity to see things. The cost to actually go in this was $144 US, but we chose to go into the bar car. Now, that gave you access to 2 free drinks and unbeknown to us, meant that we had the car completely to ourselves. Now, we did turn up at about 3 p.m. So I'm sure if we were coming about 7 or 8 p.m, it would have been a lot busier. It wasn't very busy at all, and it does get busier at night, and I'm sure we would like to go back and do it at night just for the view. But the view is pretty spectacular because it's just to the left of the base of the palm, and when you get to the top, it's a pretty spectacular view.
This particular ticket also gave us access to Fast Track, which at the time we were there was not a big deal. But if you were there in the evening, you do get to skip the line and wait for your car in a separate lounge area. The 2 free drinks that are included are also non-alcoholic. I did have a gin and tonic, which I had to pay extra for, which I believe worked out to about $14 US.
Ain Dubai is located in the Blue Water complex next to Dubai Creek and next to Dubai Marina. The whole Blue Water complex is filled with different shops and lots of restaurants to eat at, and is also home to Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, which is somewhere we went to in 2022. So hello and welcome. This is Ain Dubai, which is the largest observation wheel in the world. Bigger than London, bigger than Singapore.
Of course it is, it's Dubai, it has to be the biggest.
And it's probably got more gold on it.
It took more steel to build this, just the prongs, than to build the Eiffel Tower. There's a useless tip for you.
And it weighs more than 4 A380 planes.
Another piece of useless information, but it does give you an idea how big it is.
Stay tuned for more useless information. Last day in Dubai, we went to the Dubai Miracle Gardens, which is somewhere we've been trying to get to for a while, but we've never managed it. Entrance fee for both of us was $54 US. Dubai Miracle Gardens was opened on Valentine's Day 2013 and is 72,000 square meters or 780,000 square feet, and is the world's largest flower garden. To give you an idea, there are 50 million flowers and 250 million plants.
Good morning from the Dubai Miracle Gardens. We're going to show you around here today and all the different flower displays that there are. So if you're looking for a good place to come and get a good selfie with the Emirates A380, you need to come up the steps into the centre and up to the first level. The top level isn't really any better, but this level's just about the perfect spot.
Right in the centre is the Airbus A380, which is the world's largest flower structure. Just on this plane alone is 50 million flowers. This is a full-scale A380. This thing is huge and is located right in the middle of the park. The rest of the park is split into different zones or worlds, and as you first walk in, you'll see two horses' heads that we didn't really understand, and then to the left of that you'll see something that resembles another theme park that may be located in Florida and our whole home state, as was. There is a castle which may resemble Cinderella's castle, a genie, and a few other characters. We also saw some Smurfs, which are one of Helen's favourites.
Lots of Smurfs.
Lots of Smurfs. And what
There's
else?
a whole Smurf world that you can walk around, a Smurf village, I guess, more than a
Yes.
world. The Smurf village you can walk around, complete with mushroom houses and Papa Smurf.
Fun fact, guess who owned all of these things before we left Florida?
Just outside of the Smurf village, you'll also find some giant penguins. And by giant, I would guess that they're about, 40 or 50 feet tall. I'm not sure what the relevance of the penguins is, but they're cute.
A lot of the things, there's kind of no logical theme to them other than there's Smurfs here, there's penguins here, there's an elephant. There was an elephant here.
There was several elephants.
There was the horses' heads.
Yeah, we weren't quite sure about what the theme for it. Maybe we missed something. I'm not sure, but it was cool, it was it was interesting to visit. Some of it's topiary and some of it's plants, some of it's flowers. It was definitely cool to visit and impressive that they managed to maintain it in the heat in Dubai. As you enter through the main gate to the left, there's also going to be a child's play area, and they had these very cool animal themed kind of sit on strollers, buggies or strollers that you could rent. I wish I was a kid and I could have gone in this elephant one. Also located around the edge of the whole park is going to be a mixture of souvenir shops, restaurants and cafes, and all sorts of other weird things like that. I think there was a tarot reader,
Food courts.
a food court. There's plenty to keep you occupied for a few hours. While we were here, we also needed to take care of a few other things. You've already seen the storage unit. I needed to get my nails done, so I went to a nail salon and also had my hair done. I managed to find a local hairdresser. I joined the Facebook group for expats for Dubai, and I found her on there, and she came to the hotel and did my hair with her assistant, which was great, so I didn't even have to go to a salon. She did my hair in November too. It was the same lady I used, so we took care of that. One of the other positive things, for me at least, about Dubai is that Amazon is fairly readily available there. So we did also stock up on a few toiletry items, like the hair products I particularly like, and it's cheaper on Amazon than it was in the shop. So we picked up a few of those things too, and pretty much just got ourselves organised, ready for our next leg to Southeast Asia.
Thanks for watching this very brief stop in Dubai. Our next video is going to be coming up. It's part of our 2 months in Kuala Lumpur and part of our 6 months that we're going to be staying in Southeast Asia. So please like and subscribe and follow us along with the journey.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.